Today I'm going to compare Robinhood to Public, and I'm going to show you why I think Public is better. Okay, now both of these brokers, Robinhood and Public, are relatively new. If we compare to Schwab, Fidelity, and Vanguard, which are ancient, these two are fairly new. Both of these have really great interfaces, and they're especially geared towards mobile. Now both Robinhood and Public have zero commission stock trading. Now that's nothing new, everyone has that. But they also have zero commission options trading. Now not everyone has that. Fidelity has a fee. Most of these have a fee. Most brokers have a fee for options, but both Public and Robinhood are free. But Public is better for this one. If we look at the options fee for Public, if we look at the pay for order flow, the secret fee that happens in the background for Public, both Robinhood and Public take payment for order flow, but Public gives you half of the payment for order flow in the form of a rebate. You get back half of the payment for order flow for options with Public. You don't get that with Robinhood. Also with Public, you have a high yield savings account that pays a very high 5.1% APY. And you don't have to pay any monthly fees or subscriptions, unlike Robinhood. Okay, so the same thing with Robinhood. With Robinhood, for the same thing, if you want to get 5% APY, you have to subscribe to Robinhood Gold. Now this is still lower than the 5.1% you get with Public. However, you have to pay a monthly fee or an annual fee in order to get Robinhood Gold. If you don't have Robinhood Gold and you have a free account, instead of 5%, you get, without Robinhood Gold, you'll receive only 0.01% APY on your uninvested brokerage cash. That's pretty pitiful. However, Robinhood does have some features that Public doesn't have, such as the ability to get a debit card. However, you have to open a Robinhood spending account. Now, the Robinhood spending account pays no interest. So this is a separate account, but you will be able to get a debit card to use the debit card to make payments. And with the Robinhood spending account, you also have the ability to do bill pay. You actually receive an account number and routing numbers where you can actually use it to do bill pay. But, however, it's not paying any interest, so I don't see why most people would want to use this service. Also, Robinhood has an option of a credit card. Now, the credit card is not free. You actually have to have Robinhood Gold. You get 3% back across the board, but you have to reserve this and you have to be a paying Robinhood Gold member. Now, both Robinhood and Public also offer crypto. However, Public does have some features that Robinhood doesn't. Public has something new now called Fractional Bonds. So you can actually, for as little as $100, you can buy a bond. You can buy U.S. Treasuries, corporate bonds, thousands of unique bonds, more ways to invest. So if you want to do Treasury bonds, you can look at Treasury bonds. Now, this looks really good at the surface. So even Fidelity requires at least a $1,000 minimum, I think, on bonds. However, Treasury Direct does have an option of making a minimum purchase of $100 for Treasury bills. But the Treasury Direct interface is very clunky. A lot of people don't like it. So if we go back to Public, there is a fee, however, for this. So if we wanted to pick, for example, this 5.55% yield Treasury bond that matures June 30th, 2024, we could actually buy this, but you'll pay a fee. If we look at the Public fee schedule, there's a one-time fee. If you buy bonds, there's an option to go through GEICO securities through a GEICO Treasury account. There's a fee for that. Or you can do a one-time fee. If, for example, you buy an ultra-short Treasury bond, like the example I showed expiring in June, you'll pay a fee of 10 cents per $100 of par value. Now, the fee may not sound like much, but the one that I showed you, the one that's expiring in June, you would actually pay the fee on this, and then the thing is going to expire next month. So the fee is actually quite a bit then when you consider that it's expiring fairly quickly and you're going to pay the fee. You're not going to be able to hold it for a whole year. So I don't like that. And if we actually look at the longer term ones, like the 1 to 3 year, of course you have more duration risk at that point, but the price goes up. So I'm not the biggest fan of this fractional bonds product. For example, if you want simplicity, you can buy USFR, which is the Wisdom Tree Floating Rate Treasury Fund. This invests in floating rate U.S. Treasury bills, ultra short term, some of the best performance recently for treasuries and you don't have the duration risk. And something like this you can buy at Robinhood, you can buy at any brokerage, 0.15%. Now that's the whole yearly fee. You can buy and sell this all day long, and you don't have to worry about the thing expiring. You don't have to worry about buying and selling these. You don't have to worry about buying new bonds all the time and juggling them. This is much simpler. There's also another one I like called the iShare 0 to 3 month Treasury Bond ETF. I buy this one sometimes too. This one has a very low net expense ratio of 0.07%. So it offers very high yields just like USFR, low fees. You can buy and sell this. You don't have to worry about fees so I think ETFs like these two are better than the fractional bonds that Public offers, but it is nice that they're offering something new. Now, if we also look at corporate bonds, the fee is even higher, 0.35 out of 100, 35 cents per every $100 of value. So it's even more money. That's not the only way you can buy treasuries with Public. You could also buy the ETFs, just like I said, with any broker, but you can also buy it through a treasury account, through a GEICO treasury account. However, they do charge a fee for that. So for example, the GEICO management fee is a 0.05% per month based on the average daily balance in your treasury account. So that's every single month. They're taking that out, whatever your balance is. Okay, so that's 0.6%, over 0.5% a year, 0.60% per year. So what is 0.6% per year? Here is the GEICO treasury account. Now this looks very impressive. It says 5.3% yield with an asterisk. However, this is the gross. This is not, the fees aren't deducted. So as I showed earlier, there's a 0.60% fee. So we have to subtract 0.60 from this. Okay, so when we subtract 0.60 from this, guess what we get? 4.7% yield, which is not very good. So 4.7% is way less than what you could get with the Fidelity brokerage account, a Wealthfront cash account. The regular high yield savings account from Public pays 5.1%, and that's net of any fee. So I would rather put the money into the Public high yield savings account at 5.1, or a Wealthfront cash account at 5 or 5.5%, or Fidelity versus this. This looks good at the surface, but when you subtract the fees, not so good. So not all of Public's products are good. Some of them are just, the fees are too much. Now, what else does Public have that Robinhood doesn't have? They have investment plans. So if you want to buy lots of different types of stocks and bundle them all together in a basket, Public has that option. You can select an investment plan that Public has generated, or you can select your own. Different types of philosophies, different types of strategies, and you can do auto invest, recurring invest. Robinhood doesn't have this feature as far as I can tell. With Robinhood, you'd actually have to buy all the individual stocks, and they're not going to be lumped together in one group. Now, they do have a fee for this. If you're doing crypto, there's a very high fee of 1.25%, but there's also a fee with the investment plan. For example, 1 to 3 symbols, it's 49 cents per reoccurring purchase. If you're a premium member, which is sort of like Robinhood Gold, then it's free. So that's kind of a nice option. And by the way, you don't have to pay a monthly fee if you want to be a premium member. If you put in a certain amount of money, you'll automatically be a premium member. For example, Public Premium is $10 a month or $96 a year. However, if you put in, I think it's $20,000, then it's free. So for example, if we want Public Premium, but we don't want to pay a monthly fee or an annual fee, it's free if you have $20,000 plus in the account. Then there's not going to be a monthly or yearly fee, and you'll get the free investment plans. Both Public and Robinhood have market orders, limit orders, and you can do free recurring investments for a stock order. Both Public and Robinhood have the option to do recurring orders. So for example, if I wanted to purchase stock Chewy, I could select recurring buy. However, on Public, it becomes an investment plan, and there is a fee for the investment plan. So now in the Robinhood interface, if I want to do the same thing and I want to do a recurring order, there's a nice option here, recurring investment, and there's no fee for this. And the nice thing about Robinhood is there's no fee for this recurring investment. Another thing that Public has that Robinhood doesn't is called alternative assets. Now they do charge a fee for this, but it's quite unique. They charge a very high 2.5% per transaction for both buyer and seller for this. And these deals, as far as I can tell, are pretty limited. They don't give you a whole lot of options. Invest in alternative assets and diversify your portfolio with shares of alternative assets like fine art and collectibles. So you can buy, hold, and sell these alternative assets all from Public. As far as I know, Robinhood doesn't have this. Okay, what sort of assets do they have? Rare sneaker portfolio. The offering date was January 2023. This is for people that want to collect sneakers and invest in that. You could do Banksy. So this is the one that has the high 2.5% fee on this. But this isn't the only one. So this is considered alternative assets, but they also have something called royalties. Royalties is another product. It says here, unlock a new passive income stream. Invest in a share of royalties and earn passive income from an asset class that typically performs independently from traditional markets. This one I've only seen one option so far. This is the Shrek franchise original music. Now this is the music from Shrek. Now unfortunately it doesn't include the Smash Mouth song. It includes some of the other songs. But it says here that there's 768 original songs. The value of the initial public offering was $889,000. The 2022 dividend yield was 8.5% on this. You can see the revenues per year for this Shrek music franchise. $44,000, $83,000. Royalties by source. You have streaming video, TV and film. This is an IPO. You have the option of reserving shares, receive allocation, earn passive income. All Public members are eligible to invest in royalties. Okay, here's the interface. When we log in, we could actually look at royalties, Shrek franchise. It looks like the yield has gone down a little bit, 5.62%. The market cap on this one is around $1 million. There is a very high 5% management fee for this one. And there's a high 10% of profit to manager liquidation fee. So this is probably not something that most people should get involved in, but it's kind of nice that they have this option available. Now here you can see the Public interface. Now a lot of this I've received from referrals, and you can actually refer others and receive, I think it's up to $20 in stock. Now the high yield cash account in Public is not in the regular brokerage account. These are actually FDIC insured accounts. This money goes to FDIC insured banks. However, if you want to buy some stock, you actually have to transfer it to the brokerage portion, which doesn't earn the interest. What you actually do is transfer from the high yield cash to the brokerage. And once you transfer from the high yield cash to the brokerage, it should be available immediately. What else do I like about Public that Robinhood doesn't have? Well, Public is social. So if I want to find out, for example, what people are saying about Tesla, I can go into Public, and through their interface, either mobile or web, I can actually see what people are saying. So I can see the financials, which is pretty limited with the free version for both accounts, both Public and Robinhood. But if I keep scrolling down, I can see analyst outlook here. Okay, here from the community, you can see right here. This guy here is talking about Tesla. I can see another person here mentioning something about Tesla, invested in Tesla. This guy says invested in Tesla. You don't have this in Robinhood. Now let's do the same thing in Robinhood and see what we see. Now when we look at Robinhood and we look at Tesla and we scroll down, we see key statistics related. We see news, but we don't see anything from the community. We don't see anything from people. We do have a thing here that says insiders, but as far as like regular people commenting, there's nothing. There's analyst ratings. So this is one reason I like Public better than Robinhood for this. As far as research goes, both of these are very limited with the free versions. If we look at basic financial statements, if we look at their earnings, all we have are these little dots here. We don't actually have the full financials. So you almost have to go to Yahoo Finance or Fidelity or go to another source for these because they're very limited. And when we go to Public and we look at Tesla, we see some basic profile info just like we have with Robinhood. But it's the same sort of deal. We've got very limited account statements. And when we try to click on any of the statements, it says premium. So it says premium exclusive. It says upgrade to access. So it won't actually show us a lot of this info on the free account. Both Robinhood and Public have a lot of referral deals and promotions. So you can refer others and receive credit. Like you see that both of these accounts have received credit from referring people. You could refer others and get the premium account. You can refer others and get free stocks. And they have various other promo deals where if you open an IRA or you fund an account, you receive so much money. So if we look at Robinhood, Robinhood has a referral link for everyone that they can refer others, receive up to $1,500 per user per year. I've received some Tesla shares on this. Public has a transfer bonus. You can see here when you transfer a brokerage account from another brokerage, you can receive up to $10,000. You'd have to have $5 million for that. Robinhood also has a transfer bonus. You can receive up to 1% bonus on the amount transferred, no cap. Now for stock screeners, they both have very similar functionality. Robinhood has a stock screener. You can select some basic information here. Highs, lows, average volume. It's fairly limited. If we look at Public, basically the same type of screener roughly. You've got the highs, lows, dividend yield, active stock, top losers. Now as far as the fees go, Public and Robinhood are very similar. However, Robinhood receives a lot of payment for order flow, so hidden fees that you never see. So order execution for Public should be a little better because it doesn't receive all the payment for order flow that Robinhood receives. Public charges an outgoing fee of $75 if you transfer out the brokerage account to another broker. Robinhood also has that fee, but it's $100. There's no inactivity account fees with Robinhood at all. With Public, it is a $3.99 per month inactivity account. Public does have an inactivity fee of $3.99 every month for accounts with less than $70 in total value and no activity for over the last 6 months. However, I had this account for several years and it's had roughly $20 in it and I haven't really bought anything. I haven't ever been charged this $3.99 fee, so I don't believe they're enforcing this. There also is a very high transfer on death account transfer of $200. I don't believe Robinhood has this at all, but that's transfer on death, so not the biggest worry. The fee that I like the least that Public has is the tender offer reorganization processing, a $50 fee. What is this? So for example, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, if you had Twitter shares, you would be charged a $50 fee. Whenever there's a company merger or a buyout, that's a tender offer, so $50. Robinhood, $0. Here you can see on Robinhood's fee statement, voluntary corporate action election, $0. So there's no fee for that. So there you have it. Those are the reasons why I think Public is better than Robinhood in many ways. Okay, last but not least, Public does not accept payment for order flow. It says right here, unlike most online brokers, we don't participate in payment for order flow. So Public doesn't receive payment for order flow for stocks, just like Fidelity and Vanguard. However, the same cannot be said about Robinhood. Now, Robinhood charges anywhere from 42 cents to 80 cents for a 100 share order. So that's a lot of money going to Robinhood behind the scenes. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. And feel free to check out my other videos. I've got over 100 videos now. I have a special referral deal with Public. Sign up via my link. You get a free stock worth $20 when you fund the account with $1,000 or more. So check for that link in the description. Also, I have a referral deal with Raisin. They actually doubled the bonus for both sides. Sign up with any Raisin product with at least $5,000, you'll get a $50 bonus. And if you sign up with more money, such as $10,000, you'll get a $100 bonus. Now you can pick any other high yield savings products. It's not limited to just high yield savings accounts. You can do CDs or any other products they have. So all you have to do is sign up with my referral link, click the Save Now link for the product that you want, fill in the information and put in my referral code when you're signing up. Fund the account with $5,000 and keep it there for 90 days and you'll receive the bonus after that.